What is going on, brave ones? Welcome back to another episode of Courage Hackers Podcast. I'm Nisha, and today I'm excited because it is Wednesday, and Wednesday is my Motivation Minute. So if you have been following my podcast, and I encourage you to do so, you know that my episodes are always on Mondays. Now, these episodes are bite-sized, they're concise, and they're short, and intentionally so because I script every single one of my episodes. So I am starting these motivational minutes, and I am literally having a topic, having a shit ton of energy, and pressing play and just going with it. You can't see this because you're listening to me, but I'm doing something I always do. But I have my phone in front of me, the front facing camera. It actually lets me feel like I'm talking to someone else, which makes me even stronger and more confident when I'm speaking. So if you like that type of rawness, tactical information, or just some motivation, follow me, because if you like this, you're going to love my show and I would love to have your support. All right, today's motivational minute, we're going to talk all about walking in your purpose. I've really been working hard at attracting confirmation that I'm walking in my purpose. My intention right now is just to grow and listen. The only thing that I want to do is to know how to better serve. And I've been really focusing the last week on confirming the direction that I need to go in order to continue to do that. So let me backtrack a little bit. There are a few things that I've known for sure. So I've always known that I've had a voice. I've had influence within my voice. The other thing that I've known for sure is that I am an action taker. When I make my mind up about something, I don't need perfection. I don't need to be 100% clear on how to do it. I just do it and I'll figure it out as I go. I've failed a million times over in that process and tripped over my own feet so many times it's not even funny, but I do it. And that's how you learn, is from doing. So I've known that I wanted to serve in a capacity that would allow me to speak to that strength as well. So what I haven't figured out for sure is how to actually package that and serve it so that I can do that, to monetize that. That's really what I'm doing. So as I talk about listening and growing, I'm growing myself, but I'm listening to you. I'm listening to your feedback. I'm listening to all these things. And a prayer that I've had for myself lately has been, God, just send me a confirmation that I am, in fact, walking in my purpose, that I am doing the thing that I know I'm supposed to do. So as you already know, this show is all about challenging you to take courage and take action towards your life and your purpose. But it's not just for you, it's for me too. It's for me to walk my walk, make sure that I actually do what I know for sure about myself. And I wanted to share with you a little bit of what it feels like to see the universe putting that confirmation back at you and putting it back in your face. I love watching and witnessing someone else walk in their purpose or just take courage and mess up and then shift and pivot. I just get so fired up by it. And I know there's someone out there who needs to see that too. And I hope that that's the thing that separates me from so many other people you're following or listening to, as well as that you're going to hear me celebrate my wins. You're going to hear me talk about my failures. You're going to hear this realness. If you watch this video on my Instagram page, you're going to see how I look first thing in the morning and I'm recording this video. And I do care because I still wash my face, but I don't care that, about putting on makeup and all of these things. I do wear makeup, but it was more important for me to show you what I do as honestly as possible. So I want to share with you a couple of things that the universe has sent back to me to help me to see that I'm walking in my purpose. Another little hack here that I encourage you to do. I've been doing this since I've been a working professional, but I do this as well as in a business. So whenever I get really positive feedback, I don't just let it live on the platforms it exists. And this is a lesson learned from my brick and mortar business. I actually take a picture of it or I screenshot it wherever I found it, and I create a folder in my photo albums. I create a folder just for wins. It's called Wins or Amazing Feedback. And I have separate folders for almost everything that I've done. So let me share with you some of the really honest feedback that I've been having about just being vulnerable and being transparent about my journey. So I received one comment that just said, "This is exactly what I needed to hear today after being challenged in my entrepreneur workshop to put myself out there and share my testimony. I'm a woman of a certain age that has successfully navigated several changes, dark periods and chapters of my life. While in the process, I couldn't see the progress, but now I prepare to start promoting my business. I see the value in sharing how we have overcome. Thank you for encouraging me to take the next step and get vulnerable so I can connect with my tribe." How awesome is that, right? Congrats on everything you're doing thus far. I'll take a look and listen to your podcast, and hopefully you're dropping as many nuggets as you are here. And she's just referring to my Instagram, which is awesome. what was really funny is I've posted on a podcast group that I follow about just taking action and doing more, and been talking about my successes. And there was someone who I could tell was obviously overthinking, and I reached out to her and was like, let's get on the call. I'm not selling anything. Let me just see what I can do to talk through your journey. And so she sent me a message back like, hey, I would love to get on the phone with you. I love your story. I can definitely relate. I launched my business. Now my baby is in daycare and I'm ready to hit the ground running. I just need some positive people in my life. And then she turned around and sent me back a message after our call and telling me everything she's done and that she was appreciative of it. And I hope she's listening. Hey, Jackie, if you're there. Jacqueline, excuse me. I had someone message me about the mediocrity episode that I posted, and then I repurposed that content and wrote an article about it, about just how to know if you're settling for good enough, and just told me how much it resonated with the fact that, she was becoming a people pleaser and just finding excuses for her life. I've attracted 2 different podcast interviews, just getting messages like, hey, I found you in the podcast group on Facebook and I'm listening to your podcast now and I love it. I was wondering if you'd be interested. We could talk about procrastination, mediocrity, doing the work, things of that nature. Even in another way that I felt like I attracted confirmation was that I run a lot, and I put it out there randomly. Just my gut was saying like, oh, put it out there and see if somebody wants to run with you. And I found someone from my neighborhood, just a complete stranger, who wanted to go for a run with me. A number of them reached out, but she was the only one who actually did it. And we were running and chatting at the same time. And she's a mom of 3 as well, just older children. And we're just talking about taking action and procrastination and goals. And she hasn't run in months. And she just kept critiquing herself about being lazy or gaining weight or falling off track. And I just wanted to remind her, like, just keep pushing. It doesn't matter where you were yesterday. All that matters is if you continue to choose to go forward every day. Just try every day to start over. But anyway, we ended up running 5 miles. She hasn't run in months, and we ran 5 miles, and she sent me a message back on Facebook like, thank you so much for the run. I really appreciate it. Hit me up if you do it again. The intention of this is to remind you that I haven't figured out my how just yet. I haven't figured out the details of everything, and I'm not trying to. All I know for sure is that I'm supposed to serve. I have a voice. I have influence. I know my strengths, and eventually I'm going to figure out how to package that. But for now, I don't want that to delay me from walking in my purpose. I don't want to deny all of this momentum that I'm creating. I really want to be intentional about my life and intentional about serving you and uplifting your life. And I can't do that hiding behind a screen, posting motivational quotes every now and then and feeling good for 2 seconds and then feeling like a phony a minute later. I encourage you to not just talk the talk about your dreams and your life, walk the walk. Walk in your purpose. Find out and figure out what it is you're supposed to do. You'll figure the details out and just take action. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday. It doesn't matter if that action is different from what you were doing last week. If you recognize that your purpose is something completely different than what you've been doing and you're being convicted of it, do something about it. Don't wait. Don't wait on me to give you permission. Don't wait on anyone else to give you permission. You don't need more information. You need implementation. You don't need someone to encourage you and inspire you and motivate you. You need someone to tell you to do something. You need someone to tell you to take action. And I hope you're here to hear that. Thinking about it isn't enough. Dreaming about it isn't enough. Do something about your goals. If anything in this resonates with you, that means it's going to resonate with someone else. Take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram story, share it on your page. But until next time, brave ones, choose faith. You got this.